All right, inside the disturbing life of celebrity yachting.
What is the reason behind the obsession with billionaires and mega yachts? Is it just the most
Oh,
extreme status symbol possible, or is there something
yeah.
else behind it? Well, undercover investigations and witness testimony have revealed countless dark and depraved stories from these floating paradises. Out in the open ocean, beyond the reach of laws on decency, anything is possible.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I don't want to know what fucking goes on. Cause what's like the world law or I don't know. Maybe each country is different. Like, wait, isn't it like 5 miles out? There's like no laws, or 10 miles out, or something like that. I forgot exactly what it was. And then it's just like your preconceived perception of like the social contract just goes like out the window. It's like, yeah, we can do whatever we want. We're billionaires. We got a yacht. We can do whatever we want.
The mega rich, and it's about time we dive into the sick and twisted world of super yachts and find out what's really going
There's not just yachts, they're super yachts. I'm waiting for someone to like coin the term like super duper yacht.
on behind their closed doors. The term yacht girls first became popular in 2013, particularly in relation to the Cannes Film Festival. And we'll get to that in a moment, but where this all started goes back to when Grace Kelly married the Prince of Monaco in 1956. You see, it's always been a thing among the ultra-rich who love to play a game of cat and mouse, especially when it comes to gifts and showing off their wealth. If one guy
Oh
builds a
yeah.
skyscraper, another needs to reach a new height. If one
Oh yeah. It's not enough for people to be rich. They need to be rich and well known. All right? They want their name out there. They want people to know their name because they want people to remember them even when they're dead and gone, which is like so weird. It's like, bro, I don't really remember a lot of rich people. I more or less remember people like, well, pretty much from like whatever I learned in school. And yeah, the people I remember from school were probably like to some degree rich, but it's more like what they did and what they contributed to society. Like what they did. Like if it was like a famous fighter, a famous musician, an artist, or something like that, maybe like an engineer, Einstein, Nikola Tesla, like iconic names. I don't remember Joe Schmo billionaire who made like some library, a couple libraries and like a couple yachts. I don't remember, and I don't care about that person.
owns a new Mercedes, another will get a new Ferrari, and the list just goes on. This obviously leads to many toxic traits, and when money is never an issue, it has no limit. So when Grace Kelly, an actress seen as one of the most beautiful women in the 1950s, married a prince, all of a sudden it opened a can of worms. The ultra rich started competing on who had the best trophy wife, or who had the most beautiful girls around them at all stages. Throwing the best parties is one of the many ways the rich princes and sultans will show off their wealth.
Yeah, it's just like high school. If you're ever wondering what you think like the rich people, the rich bros do, it's just literally just remember how awesome your life was in high school, and it's literally that, but with money.
Simply owning a yacht and heading out to sea is just boring, so they've simply filled them with some of the most beautiful ladies they could find. In 2015, Saudi Arabia's party prince Mohammed bin Salman has over 150 women flown in.
Probably all paid actors. I mean, it says they're all flown in from Brazil, so he literally paid them. It's not like they chose to be there out of their own free will. It's like, oh, we're probably part of some like modeling or escorting agency, and we got some jobs. We got some offers for you ladies, and we'll pay you this much to like fly out here and blah blah blah. And to these girls, it's like it's like a business front. It's like this is just a merely a business transaction. It's part of the business. It's part of the like, and that's it. That's what they think. But the dude that's paying all this shit, it's like, I want more.
from Brazil, Russia, and elsewhere to party on its $500 million super yacht and its private island in the Maldives with just a few dozen men from the Middle East. Going all out, the prince hired big names from around the world, including Pitbull, Gangnam Style's Psy, DJ Afrojack, Jennifer Lopez, and Shakira to perform. But what do
God dang.
a few dozen men do with over 150 women on a yacht? I mean, they were clearly shipped in for a purpose, and some of the models made a good amount of money for the work they did.
Okay, wait. The cost was a whopping $50 million, according to the book. How accurate is the book? Yeah. Each of the resorts, more than 300 staffers would get $5,000 bonus on top of what would be a generous cash tip. Those same workers usually earn around $1,000 to $1,200 a month. Okay. So you get a Wait, is this like a 5K bonus on top of the monthly salary of like this? Okay.
Fast forward to the Cannes Film Festival, and this semi-secretive business was exposed to the world, because one of the many ways these billionaires arrive at Cannes is by luxurious yachts, often anchored off the French Riviera. Every year there would be at least 30 yachts belonging to or rented by billionaires. Some include Jeff Bezos, Epstein, Mohammed bin Salman, but most of the yachts belong to some unknown wealthy individuals, the type of guys that run a secretive oil.
Bro, how awkward does this gotta be? You know, everyone out here that is like the main owner of this yacht, they're all like, is this like a battleship or is this a yacht? You know, everyone out here is literally just trying to flex on everybody. And how awkward do you think it is to be like the littlest yacht here? Like, maybe you're like a brand new millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and you got like your yacht. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go yachting today. Oh, I got my little crew, I got my staff, I got some friends, we're just gonna go party. And then you get out there and you see like 20 some odd yachts. How does that warp your perspective of reality? Like, oh, I'm not the only millionaire, billionaire. Oh my God. There's all these other millionaire, billionaires. You have taken your first step into a much larger world.
Business. All the people just pulling the strings in the media, the Black Rocks of the world. And this was when a Hollywood reporter noticed that the festival was filled with yacht parties that didn't seem overly logical. A-list actors would attend parties and hang around unknown figures who either rented or owned these yachts. And if it wasn't actors, it was some well-known models. Kendall Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, Victoria Silvstedt, Lindsay Lohan, Emily Ratajkowski, and several others were photographed at these unusual yacht parties. Well, after a lengthy investigation, the Hollywood Reporter found that some of the actors were paid up to $40,000 just to join the party for the night.
Dang.
But they weren't paid just to sit there.
40K just for a night? Jeez.
And do nothing. These actors and models were paid to board a yacht.
Wait, a gift contained in an envelope, according to Nahas and a number of veteran canes escort women interviewed by THR, is how prostitutes get paid at the festival. Literally just cash in an envelope. Yep. That's how you do it when you don't want the money tracked. It's always a gift, says a Russian woman who oversees a Paris-based escort agency with branches in London and Dubai. Clients are told to put the money in an envelope and write gift on the outside of it.
Yacht and make an enjoyable time for some ultra wealthy clients. However, unsurprisingly, many of the women would receive an incentive to do.
There were 12 girls and 6 men on board, and I had been offered 1,200 euro for 5 hours of work. God damn. I noticed the mood was different to Dubai. The other girls were clamoring over the crypto millionaire. The crypto bro gets revenge finally. Oh my God, what a dub for the crypto bro. His mates and well-known rapper. They were willing to do anything to keep the men happy. It was demeaning. They made us look like escorts, which was putting us in danger.
More. They'd be tipped based on their services. And you can only imagine some of the fantasies these guys have.
The strange rituals of super rich partying exposed. Yeah, they're probably doing some crazy sex shit and like demeaning and embarrassing and dehumanizing shit, dude.
One man named Eli Nahas played a major part in supplying the yacht girls during the Cannes Film Festival. As a business, he ran a successful modeling agency and was pimping out his models. According to Eli himself, his models knew they were expected to perform favors for the yacht owners or guests, and were then compensated with envelopes of money based on their celebrity status and the nature of the favors performed. Quote, women installed on yachts in Cannes during the film festival are called yacht girls, and the line between professional prostitutes and B or C list Hollywood actresses and models who accept payment for sex with rich older men is sometimes very blurred. If they did a good job, they would get paid very well, have the opportunity to join in on more parties, go to some private islands, and be in contact with some of the most powerful men in the world who can make anything they need happen. But despite exposing what was going on in the yacht industry, it didn't make things slow down at all. In fact, it's probably only opened doors to those realizing what's happening in the industry and making themselves more available as yacht girls. And recruiting women as yacht girls can sometimes just be very simple. A little message on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there's agencies that offer this service, or you just peruse Instagram and you can kind of tell like who is up for grabs in terms of like what they're willing to do, like by just looking at like a girl's Instagram profile, and you just start messaging people. It seems that's crazy.
A little bribe at parties, or just through a modeling agency. Quote, I was on a work vacation in South Beach, Miami years ago.
And you know what? This is probably gonna be like, it's probably gonna be weird because it's like, you know, they're looking at the numbers too. It's like, oh, look at this girl. She's got 1 million followers. Oh, look at this girl. She's got like 5 million followers. I really gotta get her. Like, oh, you know, they're all like clamoring for like the top followed girls on fucking Instagram, dude.
When I modeled. My friends and I were partying in an exclusive club on the rooftop of a luxurious hotel. This older but extravagant woman approached my friends and me individually to invite us on a yacht trip. At first, she played it off as a VIP party with very influential people in the industry.
Oh, so you're talking to the bottom bitch right now. We're probably this older extravagant woman. Okay. So yeah, the bottom, if you think of like a pyramid, it's like the bottom bitch or the bottom girl. That's like, so you don't have to deal with it in your own head as like the rich dude. It's like you have this person who was a good looking woman. You have her convince these other girls to like come on over to the yacht, so that way you can say, oh, I didn't sex traffic anybody. It was like you got like a fall person essentially. So like your conscience is free, more or less. And yeah, you just got someone else doing your work for you. And you're paying that person, obviously. And this person just like recruits girls, it seems. It's so scummy.
When we weren't interested, she got very aggressive and said for doing what all pretty girls do, we were very ungrateful. She had a Russian accent and said her boss would pay a lot. Luckily, we knew that this happens all too often, especially in the luxurious South Florida places to recruit for.
South Florida? Oh my god. Bro, that's so close.
Yachting. Another young woman living in Miami claimed to have been offered the quote opportunity to go on these yachts, and she and her friend were well aware of what happens during these yacht parties.
See, like that's a little baby yacht right there. That's a little bitch ass yacht.
Bartenders who saw 14 to 17-year-olds on yachts with their clients.
Oh, no, that's weird. That's fucking weird.
60 and had to quit the next day because they couldn't stand to see it. I got offered plenty of times to go out on a boat, and I always refused because you have to realize who is going to come get you. There's no can I call someone on the water. There is nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
Worst case, if you fall over the ship and everyone else is too drunk to notice, then you can get hurt. It's not fun unless you know the people hosting and you know exactly what is going on the boats. I know someone personally who worked a $12 an hour retail job but could somehow afford a $4K a month place in the middle of the city. And although the yacht girl.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Like, it's so, like when you start to like invite like underage like girls on your yacht, bro, you're just a pedophile piece of scum. Like, come on now.
Parties may be voluntary for most, they still paint a really sad picture of the world we live in, and the lengths the women will go to make their money in today's economy. But this is just the surface level. As one assistant for a French yacht management firm explained, it's far worse than just minor prostitution. Quote, every year during popular events, I have doctors and nurses on standby, with at least 12 helicopter pilots on 24/7 call because of drugs and accidents. Once a doc had to get an expensive watch out of a woman's vagina surgically, a bet gone wrong. They somehow stuck it too high. Another was a famous married
Bro, what? Like, what are you fucking doing? And then you just,
actress who almost died of an overdose yachting. In fact, our entire office had signed NDAs. Several foreign girls go missing every year, but our office is not accountable for persons visiting, only those renting. We get investigators at least once a month looking for missing people. Same Mullen, a minor London influencer, shared a video on how she was offered £20,000 to join a yacht party in Dubai. Documenting all the messages, Mulan revealed how she was being recruited by
a prince who is reportedly worth 321 million euro. I think this is euro. I might be completely off on this fucking currency, dude. It looks like an E. I think it's a euro, or maybe it's a pound. I don't know. But I know like a euro is like a little bit more than a dollar. Like if I think like US $1, like euro is like what? Like 120, 130? Like $1.20, $1.30-ish? Something like that.
Prince, who was worth £321 million. The agent actually offered Mulan to bring all of her friends with her, and they would also get paid.
But I said, can my friends come? And I was playing along. I said, beautiful friends, because he called me beautiful. And he's like, of course, thank you for accepting.
Explaining that the prince loves to party with beautiful women. He finds you very attractive, and he loves to spoil women. Obviously, this is a really creepy message. Suspicious about the offer, Mulan asked more questions, with the agent writing back, you will not spend a single dollar when you come to Dubai, but there is something we need to ask of you. The prince, as well as myself, have fetishes, and we just need them pleased in return for everything. I can list them now for you.
By this point, I'm thinking,
I mean, at least he's upfront with it. At least this instance. What is this? Feet, nylons. What is this? I can't even say this. Chirionphilia? I don't know what that is. Underside of nails? Chirophilia? Don't know what that is. Is that the peeing thing? Like he needs to like pee on you, and then anal feet? Like his feet go in like someone's butt? Then souls. What the fuck is souls? Are these at least the person's like, bro, like if you're getting this text and you're still saying yes, bro, this is on you. Like take some responsibility. You know? Like the real scumbags are the people that like say, like, hey, can you come on my yacht or whatever? Like I don't know how this conversation would go. And then it's like, okay, here's how much I'll pay you. Okay. And then they go over there, and then the person drops all these like fetishes and like kind of like intimidates the person into doing what they want because they're like in some other country. They know no one. They can't go anywhere. Like they said, like he said before, you're out in the water, miles out where there's no laws, and it's even like you can't do anything. Like at least this person has like the decency to like text the shit over the message.
are you dumb? Because what do you mean? I don't even know majority of these, what these things mean.
I don't even know what any of this shit means really either. Bro, like the underside of nails, like I'll tell you this, when I was little and in kindergarten, it like there was like some like show and tell thing going on, but I was like so bored, and I found like a staple on the ground, and I like unbent it and made it like straight, and then I was like cleaning the bottom of my nails, or like the underside of my nails, and like I was getting like gunk out of them, but then somebody like nudged me, and it got shoved like under my nail. I forgot what. Oh, it's this one. God damn it! It's like this nail. Like there's a little line in it where it's like a scar that's there forever. And the part, like the nail still grows back, but like someone nudged me and it shoved the staple like in the bottom side of my nail, and I was like, ah, 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 and it was like bleeding and shit, and like I pulled it out and I was like, oh shit. So that's my experience with underside of nails. So, and that bitch really fucking hurt. And I still see it and I'm like, how'd I get that? Oh yeah, I shoved a staple under there one time trying to clean my nails as a little kindergartner. And I can't imagine what this fucking is.
Underside of nails. What does that urophilia? What? Everything just sounds just disgusting.
This really grim and disgusting stuff makes it even less surprising that the Human Trafficking Foundation has earmarked the yacht girl industry as a human trafficking hotspot. And circling back,
Yeah, that guy probably fucked up in that. I mean, I guess he was doing the right thing, like messaging, oh, I like all these things. He was probably doing the right thing. But then again, if he didn't say that, he probably could have got her to come, like over there and or whatever. But Jesus.
to the Cannes investigation article, and the Human Trafficking Foundation declared that, quote, conversations are finally starting to be had about the fact that sexual abuse and exploitation are endemic in society, and the information published around the sexual exploitation of young women and girls in Cannes is probably only the tip of the iceberg of what's happening there. And they're correct. Girls who try the yacht girl life often do not fully understand what they're getting into, who these people truly are on these boats.
I mean, what's to understand when you got someone waving like 40K in your face, being like, oh, we'll pay for everything, and then you get 40K and you can go back. I mean, bro, 40K? Bro, that's like a year's worth of salary for like, what, a couple days? That's just nothing.
The psychopathic people running our country aren't just normal people with normal fetishes. They're not just having normal parties. It's commonly known that these people request tasks like being peed on, taking
Oh yeah, that's so fucking weird, dude. Like, come on.
a dump.
I mean, but then again, who am I to like, what is it called? Like fetish shame? I mean, as long as the thing that you're doing is happening between two consenting adults, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. The issue comes into play when one person is like, yes, and the other person's like, no. That's when it becomes an issue.
Giving these girls a bunch of diseases and lifelong trauma. And yes, some don't even make it through the weekend. But the Cannes Festival is also just the tip of the iceberg, because soon after the Cannes Festival Exposed article came out, it led others to do deeper investigations.
40K a night? Escorts secrets to the Cannes call girls. 40K a night. I said a couple nights, a couple days. This is 40K for a day. Jesus.
And people didn't need to dig deep to find out how much the celebrity industry played a role in the yacht girl life. One of the names that kept popping up was Kardashian. This might not be too surprising for some, as the family is popular for selling their bodies online, exposing every aspect of their lives. But the rumors were that between 2009 and 2013, Kim Kardashian attended multiple parties and nightclubs and on yachts with now Malaysian fugitive Joe Low, from being paid $50,000 when she first met him to be at his club for just 2 hours to a multi-year relationship where Kim would meet with her client, perform her tasks, and leave with bags.
Oh, Jesus. Kim K tells FBI she took home $250,000 in a trash bag after gambling with Malaysian fugitive Joe Low. Jesus. And honestly, what was like a $250,000? A $250,000 in like hundreds ain't that much. Like size wise, I don't think it's that much. I think it would be a little more hilarious if it was like a $250,000 in singles, like in ones, and then it's like you see her like carrying around a fucking huge ass like one of those hefty bags that are just like the ones that have like all that stretchy shit in them. That'd be hilarious. But I mean, yeah, this is like so many people follow this person, and this person like is looked up upon by so many girls. And it's like, what kind of example are you setting when like it's like, oh, I'm just gambling over here, I'm just doing my thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm like not even the right person to like cast judgment, and here I am like judging. So
bags of cash. In 2013, Jolo tipped Kim with a white Ferrari and $250,000 after spending a single night with him. The
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Kim Kardashian was given $250K cash in a trash bag after meeting Malaysian financier Joe Low in Las Vegas. So, okay, so for a single night with Kim Kardashian, it seems to be like $250,000. Okay.
evidence of these celebrities goes on.
Or a Ferrari.
On and on. Lindsay Lohan, Cara Delevingne, and even Meghan Markle was spotted on You Know Who's yacht alongside Prince Andrew. Yachting at the Cannes Film Festival is well documented. Many young women are paid hefty sums to attend exclusive parties on luxury yachts. However, the narrative surrounding celebrities' involvement in yachting remains largely speculative. Emily Ratajkowski's memoir is possibly the only true evidence towards celebrity yacht girls. But beyond that, there's hardly any public admissions from celebrities about participating in these yacht parties for career gains or other reasons. After all, for most celebrities, it would be—
Oh no, nobody wants that fucking mark on them in like a public setting. Nobody wants to be known to do that.
A PR nightmare to make such an admission.
Yeah.
Some of Vice's best work to date has been their Informer series, and of those videos, one of the most illuminating is their interview with someone who worked as a deckhand on a super yacht. He describes a working environment from hell, where workers are completely at the mercy of the powerful owners, forced to clean up after their drug binges and sex parties. No luxury is too extravagant and nothing is off limits. Every single desire the rich and powerful might have is catered for, however disgusting it might be.
The reality of it is that you are clearing up rooms that have just had sex parties, orgies, prostitutes, coke residue on the tables the next day, veal or livestock so fresh that it actually gets flown in on a helicopter,
Jesus.
slaughtered on board.
Oh God, that's like, I mean, that's kind of weird. It's not like and served to the guests as fresh as can be. I mean, I don't know. It's weird if you're like you enjoy watching the slaughter happen. Like that's just weird to me. Like you actively enjoy it, like versus like a hunter hunting, and it's like, okay, let's end this like quick and like humanely or something like that. I mean, it's whatever. But I don't know. This is like alien to me.
Served to the guest as fresh as can be.
The crew, on the other hand, work day in and day out, dealing with abuse from men and women that are untouchable by laws. It's an accurate microcosm of the world at large, really. It's an interview that's well worth watching, of course, but the comments below the video show how deep it really goes.
Oh, Jesus.
Tons of people are sharing their experiences on these monoliths to materialism. One person who says they worked on one of these yachts describes the billionaire owner flirting with the girls, then leaning in to smell their seat after they left. Others describe
Ugh. I mean, Jesus.
the awful conditions on these boats.
That's like loser mentality to me, dude. Like what? That's some shit you see in like an old school comedy movie. Like how many times has that gag been done in like either like older like comedy shows that you probably couldn't get away with doing now, where like the girl throws like a random pair of like underwear to like something, or maybe it happened in a movie, or she threw like a thing of pants and like the dirty clothes, and like the dude like pops out of somewhere, or it's like in a public setting and like they're doing laundry and the dude just like does that thing. Like that's some shit you see like in a movie. Like people actually doing that unironically is so fucking weird, dude.
Billionaires and their cronies stay up all night partying with the crew on call 24/7 to start cleaning up once the festivities come to an end. It's frustrating though, because you know it's just a small glimpse into what's really going on. There's such a dense and pervasive culture of silence that barely anyone ever talks about it. The consequences are too harsh. Making such powerful enemies would only invite in retribution and revenge. The people in power don't want anyone to know what's going on, and we will only ever get small snippets and leaks from that decrepit world. But what do these super yachts actually look like? The Ocean Victory is a prime example. At 140 meters long, it's one of the largest super yachts around. For an estimated value of $300 million,
Damn.
It's got all the luxuries you could ever expect and more. 7 separate decks, 6 swimming pools,
7 separate decks? 6 swimming pools on a yacht? Okay, this is kind of funny to me. I mean, you got swimming pools on a yacht in the ocean. I don't know why, but this is just funny to me.
A glass bottom observation room, its own spa, and even a helipad to store the helicopter in. And it's owned by the Russian billionaire Viktor Rashnikov, a member of Putin's inner circle and a steel magnate worth over $10 billion. But whilst the boat is obviously a symbol of decadence and absurd wealth, it also symbolizes something else: the complete disregard that lots of these billionaires have for the safety and dignity of their workers. The Ocean Victory is the yacht that the man in the Vice interview is actually talking about when he.
When's the last time we heard like a positive thing about the super yacht? All right. All I've ever heard, like up until this point, is like super yacht's bad. The crews like hate the jobs on there. They're doing nothing but cleaning up sex and drugs. They're treated like shit. I mean, I don't know what are the chefs doing. Are the chefs just like fucking cooking like constantly 24/7 on that shit? Probably. Like I have heard no good things about like the like there's probably like nothing like there's probably no such thing as like ethical super yacht. that probably doesn't exist. Like, oh, I love working on this super yacht. It's so fun and it's so great. No, said no one ever.
Mentions a horrific story he heard. In 2016, just 2 years after being launched for the first time, a tragedy happened on board. As the ship was laying anchor off Thailand, part of the mechanism was shattered under the strain of the anchor, and suddenly massive amounts of tension were let loose, and the anchor chain shot across the deck and struck one of the workers. It wrapped around his legs, nearly severing him, and he quickly fell unconscious due to blood loss, and on the way to hospital, he tragically passed away. Articles reporting on this tragedy, though, are really strange. They all refer to it as an accident, which, while technically true, ignores the obvious problem. How did such a crucial bit of machinery fail in such a catastrophic way, and so early on in the yacht's life? The answer can only be carelessness and cost-cutting on the part of the designers and the owner. It's doubtful
that the people that made the damn thing. Ooh, that's not looking too good for super yacht makers. What, they put all of the money into the luxurious aspects of the yacht, but nothing into the safety of it.
The billionaire who owns it ever went near the mechanical underbelly of the ship, so why would he care if it's dangerous or not? But you can also imagine that all the swimming pools were constantly heated, and the elevating helipad never stopped working. Nothing that he would touch would ever be bad, only the stuff the workers had to deal with would be tragically dangerous. The private nature of yacht parties, combined with the influence and resources of their billionaire hosts, leads to situations where questionable activities occur far from public eye, with little chance of scrutiny or repercussions. The secrecy surrounding these events also contributes to a culture of silence and complicity, making it incredibly challenging for victims to speak out or seek justice.
Dang. So that was very revealing. I mean, I've heard like some of these like super yacht stories before. Yeah, it's just don't take offers from fucking Dubai. And yeah, and Saudi. It's just, it never really turns out that great. Yeah. That's pretty much what I learned. But no, this is a good video. I like watching shit for Moon. He's good. He puts out like awesome stuff. And I did a good amount of learning this video too. So yeah, kudos and keep them coming, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.